Hey everyone, welcome back to the St. John YuGiOh channel. What I'd like to go over today is I'd like to go over a little bit of rulings. Now, this is regarding the Burning Abyss monsters. Now, Burning Abyss monsters, they all share the first part of the effect with the exception of Dante, which is the Xyz monster, but for the most part, they all share the same part of their of the first effect, which is continuous, which says, if you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. Alright, now, right away, we should know how this works. So, so if you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, so if I control a YuGiOh MK2, and I decide I would like to summon Sir, Sir will automatically destroy himself. Okay, but we already know that. But the ruling I want to talk about is how they will interact with set cards. So, so the way that these cards work, and this is a little bit where people have been up in arms about, and whether or not they will destroy themselves, whether or not you control a set card or not. So, if you control a set card, and you decide to summon Sir, or any other Burning Abyss monster, the first thing that you have to do is you have to ask yourself, okay? Now, it says, if you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, so first thing I have to ask myself is, do I control a monster? The answer is yes, I do control another monster. Now I have to ask myself if it is a Burning Abyss monster. Because it's face down, it is not a Burning Abyss monster, okay? It can be a Burning Abyss monster, but because it's face down, it does not have a name, and therefore it is not a Burning Abyss monster. So the Burning Abyss monster that you summon will automatically blow himself up. And the exact opposite is true. So if I summon this and I decide to set a monster, okay, he continuously scans the field. I ask myself, do I control a monster? The answer is yes. Is it a Burning Abyss monster? The answer is no, because it's face down. Because it's face down, it does not have a name, and therefore it is not a Burning Abyss monster, so he will die. And now, and people have been asking, well, how do we know that the monster has to be face down? Because, a couple years ago, there are cards such as Rivalry of Warlords and Gozen Match. I have them right here. They had a similar card text, but they worked differently. Now, I have the old card text for Gozen Match, and I have the new card text for Rivalry of Warlords. And they both operate the exact same way, it's just one is attribute, the other is type. So let me read Gozen Match first. Each player sends monster they control to the graveyard until they control monsters of only one attribute. Each player can only control monsters with different attributes. Now, the updated text of Rivalry, the updated text of Gozen Match says the exact same thing, only instead of type, it's attribute, but it says, each player can only control one type of monster. Send all other face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. So the updated text says face-up monsters, and and people argue that maybe they forgot to specify that it's face-up, and the answer is no. And the reason being is that there's a card from the very same set, Duelist Alliance. And it's Stellar Knight Alpha. Now, Stellar Knight Alpha, it says equip only to a Stellar Knight monster you control. It gains 500 attack and defense. Also, it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. And then the last part, it says if you control a face-up monster that is not a Stellar Knight monster, destroy this card. So the reason right there, that just shows for itself that these are meant to destroy themselves if you control a face-down monster. Just the fact that they're from the same set, and that is not something that Konami would overlook. So just to recap, if you control a set monster and you control a Burning Abyss monster, the Burning Abyss monster will always blow himself up, unless there's a card negating his effects, such as Skill Drain. Alright, so that's the video. That's all I wanted to go over today. So if you have any ideas for videos in the future, please let me know. I'm open to doing anything like deck profiles, card discussions, rulings, event recaps, and anything like that. So just let me know and I'll be glad to cover it, because my whole intention for this channel was to create just a channel, just a plethora of information to get out to the general public. You know, for both, whether it's new players just trying to get into the game, or older players looking to brush up on some rulings or anything like that, or so just that's what I wanted to go with this channel. So if you guys have any suggestions of videos you would like to see, not only do I want to put out those kinds of videos, I also want to put out videos that you, the viewers, would like to see. So I'm not just putting out things that that people aren't really interested in. So that's it for the video, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will probably be posting some deck profiles and some more card discussions, actual card discussions, not necessarily rulings, but I will be posting probably, you know, like I said, deck profiles and card discussions in the future. So stick around for that, and hopefully I'll have those up within the next week or so. See you next time.